Hi there, this is John Drew here from Elevated Planet. If you were to ask yourself, what would be the ideal Christmas gift that the Twiglet Zone could bring to you, what would it be? This is a fantastical tale, accompanied by a savory snack. On the passage that I'm about to read you, there is talk of past lives. You also have to accept there are those on the planet who have the ability to channel those from the other side. But this is the ultimate Twiglet Zone, and the timing of the message is highly relevant on two counts. One, because it is being released on Christmas Eve, and number two, because this channeled message has never been more needed on the planet than it is right now. The channeled message I will read to you is from Jesus Christ himself. And I accept that this may well test the boundaries of your beliefs, but I simply ask that you listen to the message with an open mind and then judge for yourself. Go deep, feel your response. So this is the part of the Twiglet Zone where I read to you a channeling that took place directly with Jesus Christ. As always, hand on heart, I believe this to be a true channeling from Jesus Christ, talking about us on earth right now. And this is why it's so important. Here we go. I am Yeshua. I am the one you have come to know as Jesus. I call myself Yeshua to mark the difference between the real, living me and the artificial image that has been created of me in history. According to this image, I was a man with superhuman abilities who had risen above human emotions such as fear and doubt. In truth, however, I was a human being, like you in many ways. I found a way to connect deeply to my soul and to follow my inner guidance in life. But I went through intense inner struggles just like you. Your cultural and religious traditions tend to deify me and to push aside my human aspects. I tell you now that I was human. I am your brother, not far removed from the turmoil of earthly life, but deeply familiar with the challenges you face. It is my wish to reach out to you and to tell you that you can overcome your challenges, that you are a strong and powerful being, and that you are needed at this time in history. When I started my human life on earth, my soul knew that I was to bring a new kind of consciousness, a consciousness to which many people and certainly the political rulers of the day were not open. It was my plan to be a public figure and to touch the hearts of like-minded souls. There was a group of people waiting to be awakened by my appearance on earth at this time. The group was meant to create an opening for Christ consciousness on earth. I could not fulfill the mission on my own. I depended on like-minded people to pick up my message and to spread it across the world. Many of you reading this book are part of this group of souls. Many of you were alive around that time, and on the soul level, you have made a vow to bring a new type of awareness to earth. You may call it Christ consciousness or simply the awareness that we are one, connected by the same flow of life that holds the universe together and sustains all that is. Human beings are essentially the same, and it is that sameness that, if recognized, brings us together and enables us to reach out to one another with a sense of compassion and fellowship. Now, at this point, this does go on for quite some way, this channeling, and we have to cut it down a little bit. So, I am happy to divulge the source of the channeling. For anybody who's interested, just drop me an email to johndrew@elevatedplanet.life and I shall divulge the sources and where you can get them from. Moving on. At this point in history, it is time for humanity to ascend to a new level of consciousness. It is time for humans to recognize their oneness, even if they are of different races, genders, or cultural backgrounds. This time is a time of crises and opportunity. The crises your world faces in economics and ecology are due to a lack of heart-based awareness in these areas. Both the interactions among humans and the interactions with nature are often seen in terms of profit and personal gain. This is ego-based consciousness. I do not judge this type of consciousness. It has served a purpose, as all expressions of consciousness do. It is now time, however, to rise above ego-based consciousness. Earth is calling out for humans to reinstate the natural harmony between all that lives on the planet. The spirit of humanity is called upon to heal the wounds that centuries of fear, struggle, and separation have caused. The crises humanity is facing are to be solved, not by inventions of the mind like new technologies, but by the awakening of the heart, one human at a time. You are alive today because your soul wants to help humanity ascend to heart-based consciousness. It is by going through your own challenges and finding the opportunity within them that you contribute most to humanity's well-being. Your contribution is not so much what you do as to who you are. It is your awareness that makes the difference. As more of you invite heart-based consciousness into your lives, it becomes easier for others to make the transition to a new way of being, at peace with themselves, humanity, and nature. I call upon you to have faith. I tell you that you are not alone. You can face your life challenges and overcome them. You can be a teacher of heart-based consciousness and reach out to others in a way that feels joyful and fulfilling. Your life has meaning, and you are needed to make your unique contribution to the larger whole of which you are part. Recognize me as your brother and next of kin. I am here to help you, but I need your help as well. Join me and let us together fulfill the old promise of a new earth. That's where this ends. So it's fascinating stuff. And a new earth is what we've been talking about on the Twiglet Zone since we began this journey. The earth is moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Everything is upshifting, and we need to upshift with it. We need to change the frequency of our emotions on the planet, out of fear, out of stress, out of anger, out of those dense emotions that drag down the emotional energy that circulates around this planet. The high frequency energies are love, joy, compassion, kindness, fun, laughter. And who doesn't want to live in that world instead? We can elevate ourselves as Jesus is asking us to. I'm not a religious person. I never have been. I don't think I ever will be. I'm a spiritual person. This is the journey that I've been on for these last 3 or 4 years. And it's fascinating, and it's liberating, and it's wonderful. So, this is the Christmas message from the Twiglet Zone, and I'm wishing you love and light, fantastical tales, accompanied by a savory snack. This is the Twiglet Zone.